Welcome to another episode of Chasing 80s Toys, and for today's video we're gonna dive into Modulok. Evil beast of 1,000 bodies, as they claim on this box from 1985. This is the vintage one from the 80s. Love the artwork. Let's have a better look at the box. And I got this back in 2024 at NEC. Love the artwork that we have on top here, and we can already see, as they claim, that we can create over 1,000 different monsters with the 22 body parts that came in this box. And I think this was a bit of a hand side of what we got later on with Origins, where we could mix and match the body parts as well. Between the two of these is about 40 years. This is 2024 Origins Modulok, and bigger box, but the same vibe with the artwork, and that's what I like with Origins. Let's have a look at the back of the box, and there we're gonna see a big difference. Origins has this big, beautiful piece of artwork. You would almost want to frame it, enlarge it a bit more and frame it and put it on the wall. Love what Origins is doing with their artwork. And we're gonna compare these two, and in order to do so we of course have to unbox and open them. Now, I'm not going to unbox my 1985 Modulok, which is still in there, because I got one loose here, so that's that. But we are going to unbox this fella over here, and after that we're going to have a look at a follow-up of Modulok that we got in the 80s. This was 85. In 86, Mattel gave us Multibot. We're going to have a look at that as well, and I wonder if Origins is going to release Multibot as well in the near future. Now, before we're going to dive into the loose figure, I'd like to show you the box Origins Modulok came with. This is the box that the box came in, and I love it when I order these toys, and most of my Motu toys come from Old School Toys. I love it when the original outbox is included as well. Made in Vietnam, that's for you, Bob. 40 years of Master of the Universe there. We can see that blinking logo as well. On the box it came with a lot of the figures from the Origins that came out exactly 40 years into the lifespan of the brand have this sign. And yeah, cool, seeing some artwork on the out box as well. So I'm definitely gonna keep this somewhere in my toy room as well. But now, without further ado, let's unbox Modulok from the Origins toy line. This is what you get, Modulok, when you slide them out of the box. You can see all the different parts, and a big difference already between vintage Modulok over here and Origins Modulok is that vintage Modulok, like I said before, came with 22 body parts. The new Origins Modulok comes with 34 body parts. I think a lot of that has to do with these extra connectors that come with it, that you're gonna need to create your monsters the way you like. And I also see a part here that we didn't get with the vintage one. We do get a two-part gun, but this seems to be some sort of shield there, so that's an extra part we didn't get back in the day. But let's get all of this out of there now and build them up the same way I got vintage Modulok build up here, and start comparing the two of them.
I've had it with you, Skeletor. I am leaving and taking the gate maker to Hordak.
You can't do this to me. I'll get you for this.
And here they are, side by side. Less than 40, little under 40 years between the two of these. Origins and vintage. And just have a look at how cool they both look. Really like how they stay true to the original design from the 80s, but what a difference in size do we get with the new Origins Modulok, and with the bigger size he's also way more imposing, way more monstrous than the smaller one. This looks a bit more less frightening now all of a sudden. And compare it with, for example, Origins Hordak or a vintage Mosquito like this. Putting the vintage Modulok with these two guys is a bit underwhelming. Is it perfect? I'm not sure. The design of this flows way better than these extra large connectors that we got. Look at the neck piece. This bit over here and then this bit over here. You can get a bigger figure by really blowing up these neck pieces as well, but is it better looking? I'm not sure. I think overall the shape of vintage Modulok is my favorite, but the size that we got with way bigger Origins Modulok, that's a big plus. Extra connectors which make up for 12 more parts that we got with Origins Modulok. This one has 22, remember this has 34. Is it worth the extra parts? I think not really. It's a bit more complicated because you need to put extra connectors in with all of these. And with this it was way easier, less complicated, needed less force as well. I really had to use a little bit of force to get those pin connectors in between the arms and this shoulder piece. Once you put it together, it's all down to taste. Do you like the bigger, bulkier connectors with the neck and here at the shoulders, or do you prefer the more sleeker looking connectors that we got with vintage Modulok? I'll leave that up to you, the watcher, which is best as far as that goes, but what a monster this is. And like I said before, in 85, back in the 80s, we got the first Modulok. In 86, we got Multibot, which uses the same gimmick as Modulok. Different parts as well. Let me see if I can see on this box how many parts we have. They claim again the same claim as with Modulok, over 1,000 different robots, because this time it wasn't a monster. Multibot was a robot, almost a one-to-one copy as Modulok. I think we got about 22 parts here as well. And here he is, out of the box, a vintage Multibot, and had lots of fun with this back in the day. I thought it would be nice to line up the three of these. And yeah, what do you think? Do we need an Origins Multibot? Probably they're going to use similar type of connectors with this one. These are some of the original connectors we got with Multibot. Here we have one for Modulok, and I'm just going to click this apart. See, it uses a bit of force. There you go. This is one of those pin connectors you see right here. So you have to click in extra bits in order to create a connector, and back in the 80s this was enough. This did the job. So there's the three of them, and that's part of the extra size enlargement that we get, because these are way more bulkier, but I do prefer this shape and this system as well. As far as mixing and matching go, I tried a bit of mix and matching with these guys, in case you want to know. This doesn't work. You can combine the two of these and create your own monsters. That's part of the fun, and I had hours and hours of fun creating my own monsters, if you like, my own creations. And if you were lucky enough and you got another Modulok or another Multibot, you can create a large, huge monster, and everything clicks together, and it doesn't have to make sense. You know, if it's fun to you, then it's fun to you, and you can create your own monstrous creations if you like. Now, as far as the weapons that come with it, like I said before, the new Origins Modulok comes with a shield. It has a horde symbol on here and it can be held in the hand of your Modulok, so that's really cool. It also comes with a 2-part gun. This is the gun that we got with Vintage Modulok, and this is the gun that we get with Origins Modulok, and they consist of 2 parts, and it's almost a 1-in-1 copy that we got, so it's cool they threw that in. And now to create a few beasties of my own and show them to you in this video, and that's a bit of the fun that you can have with these. And like I said, if they're gonna bring out a Origins Multibot, it would be fun to combine that with this Modulok of Origins and see what we can build and how crazy we can go with those. And that's all for today's video, and to see this video out, I got here for you a nice selection of my Horde collection. I mixed some vintage with some new Origins figures here, and up front, of course, the 2 stars of today's video, Vintage Modulok and Origins Modulok. Said it before many times, 40 years between the 2 of these, and you heard my thoughts on them. You know, there are things I like about this one, there are things I like about this one more. The biggest plus side for me to get this figure is the enormous monstrosity in the size of it. It's really a monster now, and I like big monsters in my Motu collection, but that's really a cool thing. I do prefer the overall sleeker design that this one has, and it's a little bit less complex in putting it together. I would highly recommend getting one of these if you're into these Motu figures. So that's the video for today. That's the first touring video of this year. 2025 is a go, and there's plenty of more Motu Origins and toy videos and toy hunts and other adventures to come this year on the channel, so stay tuned for that. For now, thanks you for watching, and I hope to see each and every one of you on the next one.